Oh, you could just hit the shield. Cool. What's up, Bob? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Under the Radar. And in this episode, we're going into a phenomenal beat 'em up called River City Girls 2. Now, I know what you're thinking. First thoughts immediately. We're gonna play as like anime girls? That's lame. I'm not gonna play this game. Hang on, slow down just a bit. We'll get there. I'll show you why this game is the best beat 'em up of all time. Back in 1989, a game came out for the NES called River City Ransom. And to my surprise, it was not the first in the series. The River City games are actually a continuation of a series called Kunio-kun. And if you couldn't tell, that's a pretty Japanese name. Now, in 2019, River City Girls, the first game, came out. And I never even heard about it, to be honest. I could do an episode on that game too. But last year in 2022, we get River City Girls 2. And my god, they upped the ante. Man. Let's get into it. Like any beat 'em up game, you've got multiple ways to attack. You got your normal hits, your heavy attacks, your special hits. It's all pretty standard in that sense. However, a lot of these moves combo into the other moves. You can do a full string of normal attacks and then combo into your heavy attacks. This was underutilized in the first game. It was certainly possible, but very different. To start the game off, you're given the choice of 4 characters. Misako and Kyoko, who were the original protagonists from River City Girls 1, and Kunio and Riki, who happen to be the protagonists from all the other River City games. And you know, the boyfriends of the main character girls. And you actually unlock them in River City Girls 1 when you beat the game. Along with these 4, you can unlock 2 other characters, Marion and Pruvi. Both of these characters happen to be references to other games. We'll start with Pruvi. Pruvi happens to be a reference to a previous River City game called River City Ransom Underground, which came out in 2017. I didn't really play that game a lot in depth, but I at least remember her from that game. Marion, on the other hand, has a pretty in-depth lore. She happens to have a similar backstory to Kyoko and Misako, in that she was once the damsel in distress, except for a different game, Double Dragon. Now, she is honestly referenced a lot in multiple forms of media, but in at least the last game, she was just a shopkeeper, known for her incredible abs. And my god. Now, I don't necessarily need to go in depth on how each character is different and what their moves are. It's better if you found out on your own, honestly. But I'll give you my favorite. It happens to be Misako, whose combos just kind of work all together perfectly. When you get things going, you can really rack up the damage. Typical of River City games, you level up your character over time, increasing stats in stamina, agility, weapons, and multiple other things. And along the same vein, you can find shops that sell food. And whenever you eat a food for the first time, you gain a stat point. And you gotta pay for the food from the money that you grab off of all your defeated enemies. It's a pretty intuitive gameplay loop. As an added bonus to achievement hunters out there, you are able to capture your enemies on certain occasions. Kind of like Pokemon, you want to catch them all. And when you do, you can choose them to aid you in battle. They give you at every hideout a list of all the characters you found, which I wish they kind of had in the menu as you're playing the game, but still, as you can see, I've found practically everyone. And some of them happen to be really strong. In terms of story, it's nothing too serious, but they never expect it to be serious. First off, you're high school girls going around kicking everyone's ass. And the story of the second game is a little looser compared to the first one. The first one, you're just trying to save your boyfriends. At least a whole bunch of crazy antics and fights and missions, and it's goofy but funny. The second one kind of runs with that concept, the established characters that you already have, such as Sabuko, the main boss of the last game, who then tries to help you to take down her dad. which is Sabu, the boss of pretty much every River City game. But essentially, the second one starts off with you being expelled from school or permanently suspended, either or, because Sabu's son took over the school. It's a little convoluted. And so you start off your adventure just going to get a new video game. Turns into a whole slew of incidents. Goofy story aside though, very, very entertaining. And jam-packed with references to the old games and its lineage. And don't get me started on the music. My god, the music is amazing. Pack your bags, you're getting evicted. Man, that line goes hard. It's that style of 80s synth, retro, it just kind of sticks to your head. Well, anyway, I hope I convinced you to at least check out this game, because it is a real treat. There should be a patch coming out for it soon, hopefully, that helps with the frame rate issue. Well, at least on the Steam version, you can go into an open beta that basically fixes that problem for you. That's it for this episode of Under the Radar. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Keep an eye out on the channel, because I'm looking into figuring out a way to do giveaways on these games that I want to review. It might be just like a Patreon exclusive thing though, so I'll figure that out at some point. Huge thank you to Dan Vask and his amazing voice for the intro. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, appreciate you so much. And as always, you have a good day, dear.